tight ends, is it just experience this year, or what's happening
Yeah.
to catching more?
Well, let's face it, the year before, we lost in the middle of right at the start of the year, we lose Jermaine Gresham and Brody Eldridge. They would get 90% of the snaps. Now all of a sudden these guys are thrown in there, and it was a growing and learning process for them the whole year. They didn't have a year to get ready for it, right? So this year, though, coming in with those guys gone, they had a full year to practice, prepare, get ready for it, as well as all those snaps a year ago. So it's experience, maturity, development, all of that.
DeMarco had a great relationship with Chris Brown. How is his relationship with Roy Finch in bringing him along?
He's like pops to those guys. He's a great example. DeMarco's a very humble, great guy. So I see him just interacting with them, as a really mature, strong leader, just what to do, how to practice, how to, all those things. And, I think he sets a great example for him in how to prepare and play.
You have a relationship at all with Coach Sherman or any of his assistants?
Not really. Just from meetings in our business, in our Big 12 meetings and things that way. And Mike's a great guy, and of course in those situations. And we just haven't had a lot of time other than that really to be around each other.
Talk about Corey Nelson Albin. Early on, he's behind Travis. Now he's playing 3 different positions. He seems to pick it up pretty well.
Very bright guy, Corey, and an excellent player. He's another guy that really, in his position, and everyone's talking about all these different freshmen, he takes a back seat to no one when it comes to his ability to play his position. We love him and all that he can do. Excellent speed, quickness. He's physical. He's smart. So he's playing some at Sam. And then he plays some in our in our rush situations inside. And so we're moving around, giving him more opportunities to play.
You blitzed more in the game. Is that something you did to manufacture a pass rush, or the way they were playing?
Well, everybody's a little bit the way they were playing. Again, everybody's a little bit different in how they're protecting or how quick or where they're going with the football. Sometimes everyone thinks just blitz every down, and you make yourself susceptible to some other big plays different ways. So it's that's the cat and mouse game you're always playing. And the other night, the times we did, they were more effective.
Well, I'm looking back at Missouri, the last road game. How did you feel like you played poorly, or just so-so, or just not well enough? How would you? When you
It's
think about
not. It never sounds right. You got to give Missouri the credit. They obviously played better than we did. So in the end, you learn from it though, and there are things when you go back and see it, we feel there's some things scheme-wise we could have done differently or should have. And we'll look to. There's other things where, hey, we are in good position. The guy makes a good play for them. And there are other times we feel, even player-wise, there's some things we could have done better. Even with what we had on, we didn't execute very well. So it's always a little bit of all of that. And again, they're a good football team.
Well, one of the biggest wins of your tenure was back in the national championship year at A&M. You think back to that and some of the relics of that game. What comes to mind about that game for you?
Oh, a couple of things. Torrance's Marshall's play, for sure. And, Ante Jones's breakup at the end and Quentin squirting in before Torrance's play. But Torrance's play is really pretty special. I like watching the sidelines as he's running. No, just everybody's. I thought Mike was going to tackle him.
Bob, can you talk about how you're trying to get Finch into the rotation with DeMarco there and having to move Ryan out, if that limits him any?
Well, it allows you different ways to move Ryan around, to have Roy and DeMarco at the same time. There's a whole multiple of factors now there with the quick motions, the screens to them, the handoffs, there's a lot there that can be developed and continue to be worked. And you have 2 excellent players that you're trying to get their hands on the football. And again, when you snap it 90 times, DeMarco's only capable of handling so many. And these other guys, and Ryan And these other guys also, you know, need to get their hands on it and to make people defend everybody.
How did Roy handle the slot? They played there.
He did well. He did okay.
Did he play that at Missouri? I don't think.
No, DeMarco was out there. Again, you know, you give him it little by little, whatever he's able to handle, and he's coming along really well.
You kind of moving some guys around the defensive line, Price making play tackle for you. How do you do?
He did well. He played well. He did. He's handling it in there really pretty good.
Move Lane Johnson to the end.
Yeah, that's just some of these younger guys. Austin Haywood is kind of really doing well at tight end along with these other guys, so it's really just trying to, we think it may fit him better. And you know what, in just a week's time, we kind of think it does. And he's a big, strong guy, athletic, plays hard. So this may be a good fit for him.
You looking at, is Tavares Jeffries back on the team? And is he
He's been on the team all along, but we're looking at him at D-line a little bit. So just to see if here down the stretch he can't jump in and help some. He's a really physical, strong guy that you know, it may work.
Is the injury to Adrian Taylor one where he's basically reached as the level of, he can't really get much better? I mean, I read where he was excited about being double teamed. Is that because he's playing better? Or?
He is. He had a good game, you know, last week, and you know, hopefully it continues to improve for him. You know, like a lot of severe injuries, you need to get. You know, he's not a full year removed from it, so you know you need to get, you know, almost past a year to start even making more strides. So hopefully it'll continue to get better for him.
What are you saying, R.J. Washington? He's been playing a little more the last couple weeks.
He's doing all right. He's making some improvement, but you know he needs to keep playing with more discipline but he's trying hard.
Does it say anything about the college game that, you know, a program like Texas can struggle, and a program like Baylor can come up from where it's been? And is it just that it's very hard to stay at the top, that it doesn't take much to improve quickly?
I think all of those things, you just said it. So, and I agree with you, but anymore, I've said it for the last several years, I really believe there's more and more players out of high school, quality, really good players, every year. You know, they train, they're training at the younger ages is just stronger, better, all the coaching is excellent, they're more physically developed as they come out. So I think everybody's getting good players. For the most part, and so therefore there's more parity, and everyone, you know, anyone can beat anybody, which is obvious this year to everyone, but that it's and it's getting more and more that way every year.
Does staying at or near the top, as you have over time, does it seem like a fragile exercise? Does it seem like, you know, we're always a week or 2 weeks away from, you know, something not being so good?
Oh, it's definitely a challenge, and you know, you're coaches, we're all, and not just here, everywhere, pulling your hair out every week trying to make improvement or to be at the top of your game, and there's a very thin line between being on the wrong side.
What's the difference in preparing for Tanny Hills compared to Draw Johnson this week?
You know, not a lot. They're both big guys. They both throw the football well. You know, they both have the ability to scramble around and run. So in some ways, they're pretty similar in how they play and their body structure and their offense they run with them. So, you know, so in that regard, they're pretty similar, you know, in how they play.